Welcome back to a new week here at Life with the Bridges. This week we are hopefully going to find out what is going on with Teddy's lungs and his bronchoscopy that he's meant to be having. So we're waiting to hear from Great Ormond Street Hospital. That will include having his bloods done in preparation for that. Other than that, we are just going to be getting on with some home projects, like putting up this second shelving rack in Bridge Bar and Grill. And that is how we're going to start this week. There we have it. Second two shelves up, perfectly level. Happy days. Now it's time to put all the jars up, put the chains round and put the sign up here. And then, and I've got some accessory hooks to put up as well. All final finishing touches to complete this bar. Love it. Have it, just waiting for that glue to dry, and that needs a bit of Danish oil on that sign. But yeah, got my thermometers, wood chips, gloves, some rubs, some spices. All my wood started to do that, like mist up, but that will settle itself down, and the fire lighter's there. And there we have it, ladies and gents, all finished. I'm sure there'll be a couple more things I need to put on these little hooks as and when we start cooking, but yeah, I am super happy with it, and that pretty much brings this project to a close. All we need now is a bit of warm weather to actually be able to cook and enjoy the full bar setup. Happy days. That is this project complete. So if you didn't see our video last week when we were in the New Forest, I'll pop a link above just to link you to that video. But Teddy's cognitive skills just came on so strongly over that week. I think it's obviously because we had a week with Teddy. Both myself and Katie were hands-on with him, we're playing with him all the time. And he just absolutely loves to kind of play with these balls and colours and all these different things. And we're trying our hardest to kind of reduce down telly time and actually just play with him, do a lot of physical stuff with him, like walking, and just to try and continue to strengthen him up and keep him progressing and keep him learning. And it was such a lovely week. But this week we're going to be doing exactly the same at home, just kind of reducing that time that he has in front of a telly, because unfortunately that is something that we have got into a bit of a rut with. Obviously through transplant and all his treatment, we had a lot of telly time, and so now he's just very dependent on it, and he still is. It's not something we're just going to take away from him, because he needs it. It's part of his life, and it's a small price to pay to kind of get him through transplant and the treatment that we have been through. So, but it's our time as parents to kind of step up and try and reduce that for him, keep him learning, keep him active. So that is what we're going to continue to do. We are also still waiting to hear from Great Ormond Street Hospital regarding what is going on with Teddy's chest and whether we are going up for a lung biopsy at some point this week. Like all things with Gosh, they don't give us much warning. They just say, well, just to let you know, we've booked you in for him to come up tomorrow, for example. But which is annoying, because I've booked a week's worth of clients in, and it would just mean an immediate kind of cancellation, or try and find somebody to go up with Kate or whatever. The logistics behind it on our side is tough if they suddenly just spring it on us, but it's something that we need to follow up and get checked for Teddy, because we need to get to the bottom of what is going on in these lungs and these nodules that they have found. He is still on antibiotics for the nodules that they have found, but we don't know whether it's treating them at all or not. Without this bronchoscopy, we don't know what's going on. Also, in regarding to that bronchoscopy, at one stage they were saying that we were going to have a bronchoscopy, which, as far as we know, is just a camera that goes down and aspirates from the area. But they said that it's quite a hard procedure to do on a child, because the pipe that goes down with the camera is very rigid. So they were potentially didn't want to put him under general anaesthetic to do that if it was going to be wasted and not get the sample that they need. So then they wanted to do a biopsy, which is a lot more of a serious procedure, which actually basically involves taking a sample, which would involve cutting a piece of the area that they can find the infection, to then send it to the labs and see what that is. On review of his CT scan, they basically said the area that the nodules are is very close to his heart, so they wouldn't want to do that unless it's absolutely necessary. So now they've jumped back to doing the bronchioscopy. I think I'm saying that right, and hopefully that is our next step to finding out what is going on with Teddy's chest. But we are waiting to hear from Great Ormond Street Hospital, as always, to as and when that is going to happen. But until then, we just continue to live our life and be told as and when by Great Ormond Street Hospital. It's something that has just come on leaps and bounds, especially last week as well. Just his speech, he is not starting to wow, he's starting to string a couple of words together, so it actually feels like you're having a good conversation with him, which is amazing. Off? Would you like it off? Do you want a different mould? What about a butterfly? Flower? Did he do a flower or butterfly?
Yeah.
A butterfly?
Yeah.
Good boy.
Off.
You want it off? Daddy help?
Yeah.
Look, this is what we do. You push your finger through there, don't we? Push. That's it. And then you have your butterfly.
2.
You got 2. 1 butterfly and 1 flower. Clever boy. Thumbs up.
Green.
Green. More. Squash. Good. Squash it.
Na.
Yummy.
Yummy.
Yummy, Ted. Proud of you for eating a strawberry. I haven't eaten any dinner that I've given you, but you're having a strawberry. Grapes. We had some grapes earlier, didn't we? But you tried it, but didn't like it. But you love your strawberries.
Is it delicious?
Yummy.
Yummy.
These are Mummy's favourite fruit.
To see Teddy eat strawberries was incredible, as he hasn't eaten anything like this for months. Say scrumptious. Oh, he's lovely sharing. We thought we'd hit the lottery as he tried a fish finger, but it's a no from him.
No.
No, not sure about that one.
No.
Okay.
All this practicing with that spoon, when you finally decide to eat, dude, you'll be unstoppable.
You'll be alright with soup, won't you, with this big spoon?
I mean, I know not a lot's going in, but progress is progress. And a bit of strawberry, some food on spoon action. In my eyes, that's progress. So we'll go with that. I'm so proud of you eating that strawberry. Strawberry. So proud of you, mate. Tibia. It's a strawberry. Good. And we've got some banana, fish finger, cheese and potato. Strawberry. Oh, that makes me so happy, mate.
Hey, did you steal my nana?
Yeah.
Oh.
Nom 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 nom. I like it. Nom 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 nom. We like it. Apple and banana. You like
Can you do
it?
it? Can I hold it? Go nom nom nom.
Yummy.
So yummy.
It was so good that even the fact that he's holding that banana, he used to go, ugh.
Yeah.
I like it. Apple and banana. I like it.
No.
Did he do it? Good boy.
Nom.
Good boy.
No. TBA.
Strawberry for the win.
Yeah.
Medication he is on, Vori, which is the antibiotic that we're giving him orally to try and potentially treat this infection going on in his lungs. His levels of it came back high today, so obviously the dosage we're giving him is obviously retaining a high level of that dosage in his body, so they need to do bloods tomorrow to double check those levels again, which is a fun activity for a Tuesday, because that means the community nurse comes out to us and attempts to take bloods from him with a needle. What are you doing, cheeky boy? If she can't get the bloods taken, then we need to take him into the hospital to go and have his bloods done. So back to hospital potentially for us tomorrow, but hopefully it's just for bloods and they can access his veins successfully.
Daddy.
Hello, had your bath?
Yeah. Are you?
I'm here. Where are you?
Night.
Night, darling. Is that your new trick?
Eddie, what are you going to eat for your breakfast in the morning? Are we going to have some toast
Juice.
and some cookies?
Yeah.
You can have strawberry and toast in the morning.
Yeah.
Okay, darling. So Eddie, we got to brush your hair with Mummy's brush. Yeah. Beautiful boy. Thumbs up. Up for dinner tonight at Bridge HQ, we have homemade kebabs. Chicken, chorizo and pepper. Ted, what are you eating? Is that an apple today? So proud of you, mate. An apple a day keeps the doctor away, doesn't it? Yummy, scrummy apple. Small wins, baby! Good morning. So we are currently on Tuesday morning and waiting for our community nurse to come out and do Ted's bloods to send off and check for his levels of Vori, which is the antibiotic that is potentially treating his lungs, doing the bloods to check those levels, to check if they're still high or if they have come down to a respectable amount. This obviously means that they're going to access Teddy with a needle, which isn't great, but also because it's a community nurse, it may be hit or miss. If it's good, then happy days, we stay at home. If not, we're going to have to go into hospital for them to do it. But fingers crossed it all goes well and we can stay at home. And then, yeah, if all being well, we're going to go for a play date with Nanny. If it doesn't go well, we're going to hospital. Time for bloods. He's instantly changed like that as soon as he saw the nurse. He was like, be strong. Once we get this out of the way, we can continue to play, can't we, darling? And if it doesn't work here, then we go to hospital and get it done. You're an adventure.
Oh.
Yeah. Strong boy. Well done. You're all done, darling. You're fine, darling. You're so brave. Yes. Yes. You're so brave. You are. You're a big, strong boy. You're okay. What have we got? We got some chocolate. Is it delicious? Well, that failed. That didn't go well at all. Apparently it was in and then he kind of moved a little bit and it shot the needle out the vein. So we're going to try and get it moved to tomorrow because Kate's off tomorrow. And it just works so much better. Otherwise, Kate's got to leave her work today and come in to have the bloods done. So we're just waiting for our nurse to give us a call to see if we can do it tomorrow. If not, we've got to go to hospital. Chocolate. He was so brave, bless him. All he kept saying was, all done, brave, all done. But he's such a brave, all done. Such a brave boy, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're a beautiful boy. Look at you. You look so good.
Brave.
You're so brave. What have you got? You got chocolate?
Yeah.
What is it? Delicious?
Yeah.
But yeah, we shall wait and see. God, bloody bloods. But it's a small drop in the ocean in comparison to him having a lion and the infections of 48-hour overnight stays and blah, blah, blah. So a little bit of chocolate and a tough 2-3 minutes, even if we have to go in hospital. Hopefully they'll be able to access him there and all be done. All to check some levels of antibiotic in his body. Bloody nightmare. With all his bloods booked for tomorrow, it meant that Teddy could head to Nanny Sue's for a play date. So we've heard from the nurse and we are going to do bloods tomorrow. So we're going to have to go into our local hospital tomorrow to have those done, which frees up today. And I've just dropped Teddy around Nanny's, so he is having a play date at Nanny's up until just after nap time, and then I'm going to pick him up and then we will continue to play back at here. But in the meantime, I'm going to be doing a bit of work, doing a bit of editing, and also catching up with some jobs here at home. As we all know, with a little toddler, not a lot gets done whilst you have him. So just this extra couple of hours is a huge help. Productive couple of hours starts now. Hey, there he is. Did you have a nice time at Nanny's? Yeah, let's go home. Should we go home and see Willow and Mummy? Daddy's got mud all over the kitchen because he was just planting some seeds. Good old Farmer Fred's at it again. But yeah, I was just planting some basil and some chives to put in my herb garden. Then I suddenly realised, I was like, oh my God, I'm out of time. So I come and pick you up. Let's go home. The carnage can resume. Time to finish off these seeds. Seeds planted. Time to go and play with my boy. Look, Pepper and George are watching you eat your apple. You can just have a bite of that, Doodoo. You don't have to put the whole thing in. Daddy help? Good boy. Daddy put it back in your bowl. You clever boy. Why don't you feed some of your apple to Pepper and George?
Nom, nom, nom,
Nom,
nom.
nom, 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 nom. This is massive. The fact that he's eating fruit is incredible. Absolutely incredible. His eating still hasn't been great, but little milestones like this. Yesterday he had some strawberry. Today he's having some apple. And it's, yeah, just makes me beyond happy. This is a realistic fact of doing Play-Doh with a white dog. Our horse has grown some hair because it touches the carpet, which we hoover every day, and it makes the horse more realistic, doesn't it? Should you take that dummy out now you've finished your nap? Da, good boy. Bash, bash, bash.
Bashing.
You're bashing with a mouthful of apple, aren't you, mate? Oh! 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 Be careful, you got a mouthful of apple, mister. I don't want no choking, thank you. Just for the record though, on average in Bridge HQ, a new bit of Play-Doh lasts approximately 48 hours. Either it gets too hairy or goes solid because it gets left out. So we might have to remortgage just to keep up with our Play-Doh fund. You alright, mate? I'm so tuned in to when Kate has a phone call now, purely because I know what's work and what's hospital. But just happened to hear Kate on the phone to a nursery, arranging to go and see a nursery to potentially, all being well, start in nursery in September. Because in the UK you get free childcare and nursery for a certain amount of hours a week. She's on the phone to go and potentially have a look at a nursery. And the thought of him going to nursery absolutely petrifies the life out of me, because they are just germ fests. But between now and September is a long time away. So he'll be way past 12 months post transplant, which reduces the risk of relapse a lot. So hopefully I might feel a little bit more confident by then. Scary but exciting prospect. So Teddy has eaten probably about 4 or 5 bits of apples, but just to put it into perspective, this is because I'm giving him bits of apple, keep offering, but heavily entertaining him with different toys, Play-Dohs, balls and cups and things like that. And he had a little bit touch his lip, and then instantly he just spat everything out and just wanted everything gone and out of his way, because he's just really, really funny with textures. But all the time I'm stimulating his mind and keeping his mind off actually eating. He consumes the apple without spitting it out, and it's incredible. But we've ground to a halt now, purely because one little bit touched his lip. He realised what he was doing by eating, and yeah, that stopped our eating. Just gives you a little bit of understanding of what we are going through on a day-to-day basis of just trying to influence the boy to eat and keep it down as well. Like yesterday he had like a couple of mouthfuls of strawberry and ate it, and we were just celebrating hugely. And the fact that he's had 4 big bits of apple is even better. But it just shows you how quickly it can all come to a halt if he realises what he's actually doing, because he's clearly scarred from treatment and everything else that he's gone through. So some of the home truths of a post bone marrow transplant child. And there is said apple. He literally just saw that bit of apple that I just showed you on the top of that pot, pointed at it and gagged heavily. It's just so triggering, bless him. He just, I literally have no words for it. I don't actually understand it, and I wish I did. Literally just saw it, went out and went, and I scooped it up and ran it to the bin and had to throw it away. Just get it out of sight, out of mind. Madness. Hello. How are you, bloods?
No.
You got your nangs?
Yeah.
Were you brave?
Yeah.
You clever boy. Proud of you, mate.
Glasses.
Stinky? That's a bit rude. Daddy's been working for the last 5 hours. No wonder he's stinky.
Stinky boys. Say whoa!
Oh, brilliant. Welcome home, chaps. At least we got the bloods done. Kate went into our local hospital this morning and got Ted's bloods done, which all went successfully. But I've come on here to discuss something with you guys. We have had so many of you amazing people ask for our PO box or an address that they can send Teddy gifts or cards or things like that. And it's something that myself and Katie have spoken about quite a lot. For obvious reasons, we don't want to be giving our address out online just because you just don't know what would happen. I don't think PO box exists in the UK, and if they do, I'm unaware of them. So we've really struggled to kind of get back to these people regarding a means or way to be able to send Teddy gifts, and we are just hugely grateful that you guys are kind enough to even think about sending Teddy a gift, and we don't want it to go unnoticed. So YouTube have brought out something called memberships. Now this is something that I have looked into over the last few weeks, and it's something that we are going to start doing. Now in regards to these memberships, this isn't a cry out for money, this isn't a cry out for help. It is purely just a way for you guys to be able to just to help support our channel and allow us to keep making these videos to continue to raise awareness about childhood cancer. As you guys know, we've documented Teddy's journey from the start right up to the present day, and it's important to us that we continue to do this and continue to help others that are also going through similar journeys to do that. It is something that we feel so passionately about, especially myself in creating these videos week by week. It takes a lot of time, but it is my passion, it is what I want to do, and to know that I'm helping people out there that are going through similar journeys to us is just more than enough for me. So in answer to all those people that have said they want to give Teddy something or send them a gift, then this is potentially a way that you can do that. The memberships that you may sign up with can help us afford to buy Teddy gifts, take him out on day trips, and so on and so forth. So we'll offer a little bit more, like more contact and communication, early access to videos, emojis and badges depending on how many months you want to stay as a member, all these different things. Anybody that is interested in this at all, I'll pop a link in the description below. As I said before, it's just a way that you guys can help us as a community to continue to create these videos and hopefully keep helping others. So that's pretty much what I wanted to talk to you guys about. It isn't a compulsory thing, so please don't feel like you have to do it at all, and it's merely just there if people want to support us. So yeah, if you're interested, take a look, but for now, let's carry on with this week. So I have decided to have a lawn company round to come and basically treat my lawn, because when we were up in Great Ormond Street Hospital, I came back and there was weeds all the way through it, and I laid this turf around about 2 years ago, and it's been faultless ever since, but not looking after it since obviously 6 months being up in Great Ormond Street Hospital, and there's weeds on there. So I've signed up to them to have them come round 4 times a year to kind of spray it for weeds, moss, and then feed the grass as well. So hopefully in the summer we'll have a fantastic lawn for Teddy to run around in. But yeah, I'm quite intrigued actually, because it's the first time I've actually paid someone to come round and actually treat a lawn. So yeah, slowly getting this garden ready for summer. Am I wearing Kate's coat? Yes. And do I look like a potato? Yeah, but whatevs. I've actually just bought myself one of these because after going to the New Forest I was freezing on a dog walk, and these are super cozy. But note number 1, never wearing my shorts because I look like a flasher. I look like I've got one big trench coat on and I'm just about to whip all my gingangoolies out. But anyway, I digress. This week we are meant to be hearing from Gosh at some point to go up for Teddy's bronchioscopy. Now, we haven't heard a thing. We were meant to hear last week when we were in the New Forest, and we didn't hear anything. And so we just had to plan our week as normal. And yeah, it's Wednesday today, and we still haven't heard anything. So it's really annoying because we kind of prepared and assumed that we were going to go up today because a lot of his procedures and things like that happen on a Wednesday. And nothing's happened, and we haven't heard from them. So it's something that, yes, we need to get to the bottom of, but also isn't affecting Teddy on a daily basis. So we're less inclined to chase it, purely because it means an imminent hospital trip and him to go under general anaesthetic. And having been away for last week, having such an amazing week, we don't want to go back to hospital. So we're kind of sitting back and allowing them to contact us. But it's going to get to the end of this week and we are going to chase it, because inevitably we do need to get to the bottom of what is going on with his chest, and the bronchioscopy is what's going to happen next. But once again, we are still waiting for Great Ormond Street Hospital to get in contact with us and update us about it. So that is pretty much the update. Obviously, he had his bloods done earlier to check his levels of antibiotics in his system, which is kind of half irrelevant. As long as they're not too high, it's no cause for concern. So at the minute, we're just enjoying a week at home, which is absolutely lovely. But I'm not going to tempt fate by saying that, because I want it to continue. After a lovely day of playing at home, it was time to clear Teddy's chest before bed in a technique that we know as laughter. This one's a really long one. The good old technique of laughter. You should try it sometime. It's free. Good morning, it is Thursday morning. Teddy and I are heading to another new national trust that we have never been to. It's called Scotney Castle. I don't know what to expect, but I've heard it is beautiful. So we're going to go on a small little adventure this morning and go and see what it's like.
No one else makes me feel this way. Don't know what you do.
Got your little Scotney Castle sticker. We're officially allowed in, Teds.
You and me, yeah, that's all I need. And I'll be alright. I'll be right here. I swear that
I absolutely love coming to these national trusts, especially when the sun's shining, because all the gardeners are out kind of maintaining all the land and all the gardens, and that smell of freshly cut grass just makes me think of summer. I love the summer in the UK because it's a rarity, to be honest. When the sun actually pops his head out, usually the classic British thing to do is have a barbecue, take your top off and have a beer in the garden. And that is just a brilliant, brilliant thing. And I've got great memories of that throughout the years of having summers in the UK. But yeah, a lot of these national trusts are just so beautiful because they just are maintained so well, which is one of the reasons why we kind of joined the National Trust membership, is because they are just the most beautiful walks ever. Look at this. There's hardly anyone around, and yeah, it's nice just to get a bit of fresh air for Teddy and show him all the different flowers and trees. And lacking animals, I must say, but it's nice just to get out and just be at one with nature. How mental is this, right? So this is basically an old age fridge, and they were saying that in the olden days, in the 18th century, they used to collect ice in the winter months from the moats around the castle and put it in this big bricked chamber. And it basically used to act as a refrigerator. That is where all the ice used to go. And then they used to put everything that needed refrigerating in here. How cool is that, Teddy? Anyway, history lesson over. Let's continue with our walk.
all we have is each other now. I promise I won't leave your side.
It's important to me to try and factor in parts of each day just to sit, take in my surroundings and appreciate life and appreciate what's in front of me, because as the Bridge family, we know how quickly things can change. Do you know what? It's so important for me to get Teddy out when the weather allows us to do so, because although he just absolutely loves just playing at home with his cups, and it's really good for stimulating his mind, but also there's so much more out there in terms of outdoors that I try to get him outside at least once a day, if it's a dog walk or whether it's coming to a national trust or something, just to kind of break up sitting in front of all his toys and telly and all the rest of the things. So it's nice just to have a little bit of variety for Teddy to kind of occupy that mind and yeah, get some fresh air and see different things rather than just constantly play, because inevitably he just plays and then wants to snuggle, have a bit of milk, play, snuggle, milk, and it just ends up into being a bit of a round robin, when actually it's just nice for us both just to get out. So yeah, feeling really grateful. In an upcoming video, we are going to give you a little bit more of an insight into what we want as the Bridge family and our long-term plan. Since Teddy's diagnosis, what we want from life and our future has hugely changed. And because of what we've been through, the shift in perspective and lots of different things, yeah, kind of our mindsets have now changed. So as a little bit of a snippet about what we want, This is what we want. We want to be in the middle of nowhere. We don't want to be working that 9 to 5 job. We want to be somewhere really rural, in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by nature, and just give Teddy a life that he learns and it's just exciting on a day-to-day basis, and not necessarily put him into the classic, you know, grows up, goes nursery, goes to school and whatever. But obviously we're hugely dictated and caught and captured by Teddy's diagnosis at the minute. And we need to be near hospitals, we need to be in the UK and blah, 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 blah. But our long-term plan looks very different. But as I said, we'll share that piece of information on a whole new video. What is it, Ted? It's a duck. What noise does a ducky make? Quack, quack. Say hello, ducky. Should we go and have a look at the castle? Yeah, come on then, mate. That is kind of what we want. And no, I'm not saying I want to own a castle on a moat. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is, when I say we want to be in the middle of nowhere, we want to be literally in the middle of nowhere. Our dream is to own a homestead or a small holding that is run down and just restore it up to our home year by year and just let Teddy be a part of it. And we watch a lot of people on YouTube doing similar things, and it is so inspirational. One of our favourite people to watch are the Newbies. If you haven't looked at them, they have taken on a farm in Portugal and they have done some absolutely incredible things to that property, and it's just very inspirational to watch because they have 2 kids as well, and their kids are very much part of their build and the projects that they do, and it's just incredible. It really, really is. And that's something that, since Teddy's diagnosis and the journey that we've been through, it's something that we've grabbed hold of and want to make part of our future. And so obviously, until we are able to, with Teddy's road to recovery, then we sit and just prioritise him. But our future certainly has a small holding, small farm, a bit of land or something similar. That is the pin on the map of roughly where we want to be. Neither myself or Katie have a background in building, carpentry, restoring buildings or anything like that. But we renovated our property that we live in currently, and we both absolutely loved it. And making it from a shell of a house to the house we now live in, and that's where we want to be. And it's learning on the job, it's part of the experience, and yeah, I just think what an amazing future that will be. And things like that don't always go to plan, but I'm a very driven person. When I want something in life, I will do my utmost to make it happen, you know. And I think Teddy will get the most out of that, Willow will get the most out of that, and it's certainly where myself and Katie want to be. So yeah, but for now, Teddy's road to recovery is our priority. Guarantee this gets a giggle. How well do I know my child? Ready? This boy is a little adrenaline junkie. He's like, hiya! Hiya! We've been on this swing about 10 minutes now. Every time I try to get him out, he goes, no, more. I'm gagging for a wee as well. Doesn't help. Faster, yeah, sure. Daddy's going to wet his knickers in a minute. All the lovely gardens to go and see. We find one swing and spend the whole time on it. Superb. As long as he's having fun, that's all that matters. Hey, are we going to go and continue our walk? Oh, yeah, let's go. So Teddy's nap and his meds are looming, and we don't really want him to nap in the car. So I'm going to head home now, hopefully just in time for 12 o'clock for meds and nap, and then we can enjoy the rest of the day when he wakes up. That is us done here at Scotney Castle, and it was fantastic. I'm so glad we came, and it's made me want to go and see more of the National Trust. So I might actually work my way around all of the local ones and just enjoy our East Sussex surroundings. With a nap in the bag, Teddy wanted to take his G-Wagon out for a little spin to see if there was any local ladies to impress.
Hello, lovely ladies! Anyone care for a ride? Are you sure, ladies? I'm about to head under the Love Bridge. Looks like I'm going solo.
I love how he ducks. Ted, watch where you're going, mate. I always told him to keep his eyes off the ladies. They're nothing but bad news. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and remember, live for today, as tomorrow is never promised.